loser's pick. And yeah, see you guys shortly. You guys are absolutely correct. That Dancing Girl will make a return to DreamHack later tonight. The overlay I have right now is just a temporary one because, of course, we had to slap this all together to be ready to rock and roll for this show match. But welcome one, welcome all to another ShowcraftTV show match. This is a $200 show match between Dragon and Hendralisk. This is Rifkin. I'm casting with Zeph. And brace yourselves, guys, because we got something that is combination cringeworthy, awesome, and nerdy on the way. Zeph, would you like to start off the introductions for me, madam?
Certainly. In the bottom right-hand corner, spawning as the purple Zerg, it is the one, the only Hendralisk.
Playing for, of course, Complexity Gaming and his opponent in the upper right corner of the map. Representing Clarity Gaming, it's the Red Terran player. You guys should know him well. It is Dragon. But another TVZ on the docket. I hope you guys were warmed up with that first one. Sonic and Masan both put on an excellent show for you all, and I hope you do enjoy both of those players. I hope we see more of both of them in the future. But of course, Dragon and Hendralisk are kind of this rare breed where it's interesting. You got Masan and Sonic, players who play in the weekly cups, who'll play in like any tournament they get their hand on. Then you got Hendralisk and Dragon, who are more specialized players. You know, Hendralisk, he plays in WCG Canada, but you don't see him in the weeklies. He's got a lot of great practice players, but you don't see crazy results coming from him. Meanwhile, Dragon, on the other side of the coin, his players known for trolling, he's known for his antics, and he's a funny, great guy, but you also don't see a lot of results out of him. So I'm very curious to see who's going to prevail tonight, as quite frankly, it's too hard for me to call.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, especially, like you mentioned, these players don't have any sort of results that really stick out, and that also makes them pretty quiet players, and you won't necessarily be able to find games on your opponent. You can't prepare for them. You don't necessarily know their play style as well as you would like to, so you certainly have to kind of test your skill as a player in the situation and see how well you can adapt to your opponent when you're not quite sure what to expect. So hopefully there'll be really good games. We've got a best of 7. Hopefully we can also get 7 games out of it.
Yeah, you know, it's such a cheesy thing for a commentator to say, but the reality is if you're passionate about StarCraft and you enjoy both of the players who are involved and you're not like, oh, it's Dragon, oh, it's Hendralisk, you should always be wishing for that very 7th, that ace match. But hold the phones up. This is an incredibly greedy build coming out of Dragon, and Hendralisk just scouted it.
That greed. And he's already gone for the pool too, so you can't even go 3 hash before pool and try and match him on that greediness. Love this opener from Dragon.
Yeah, you know, it's not... There's a lot of cons to this, but there's one giant pro, and that's you're going to skyrocket ahead in economy. But the downside is, of course, Terran already has enough troubles getting early game production. You rely so heavily on that one bunker to keep you alive for the first, like, 7 minutes of the game. And Dragon, unless he goes, like, double racks follow-up behind this, he's just not going to be able to produce. And that could be very problematic.
Yeah, certainly. No doubt, though, he knows this build. He's practiced it. And he's aware of all the different branches, all the things that the Zerg might do in response. So hopefully he'll have a good setup so that something like that doesn't happen, because I would really like to see him be able to actually abuse the fact that he went 3cc before racks and really capitalize on that economical factor. We've got a couple of links coming across the map now, and like you said, there's just nothing out, only SCVs, so we should be able to cancel the building of that bunker, maybe pick off a couple of extra workers too.
Oh, well, you might have first blood on our hands. We'll see if we can land this. Lane's going to try desperately. Bunker is going to not be complete just yet, and Hendralisk will back off for the time being.
Perfectly timed out. That Marine marches on out of his barracks, and he's having none of that link shenanigans. And so now there's pretty much enough defense here so that nothing can go down, although we do have a couple of early gaps coming down from Hendralisk.
Yeah, but Dragon, I'm so focused on the fact that this is 3 mules early in the game. You guys can see the income tab here on the right skyrocket once this 3rd orbital is under full operation. Now, I actually really like that Dragon's throwing in a couple extra bunkers right now. A very typical response would be to expect a Baneling Bust or even a Roach Island from Hendralisk after you've shown a build like this that is so greedy and so weak. But having the extra bunker up might be just what he needs, unless Hendralisk decides to himself not go too heavily with the all-in. I mean, right now he's getting 4 gases, no lair, but also, more importantly, no further tech. We don't see a Baneling Nest, we don't see a Roach Warren, and we do not see Evolution Chambers, which is kind of the key point here.
Okay, well, it is in fact going to be a lair. That's the first thing he researches, not even bothering with the speed. So maybe some really fast muters coming out from Hendralisk, something like that. Okay, we've got a roach farm coming down as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and bust us with roaches. Now, the kind of the big con here for Dragon is if his wall off was your straight typical wall off, you can actually spam repair with SCVs, and you sacrifice SCVs to kill off the roaches essentially because you stay in the game with your bunker living. But the way it is right now, it's really awkward, and Hendralisk can bust either the southern depot and walk past these bunkers, or the northern depot and walk to the right of the command center. Either way, unless Dragon gets another bunker down somewhere in the middle, this could be very awkward for him very quickly.
Yeah, true. The third base coming down for Hendralisk. But even if he does go for a bust and Dragon manages to hold, even sustaining some SCV losses, he'll actually be okay because, of course, triple mules, triple SCV production, that catches up very, very quickly, and it'll also put him in a really good position where he's actually matching the economy of the Zerg. If you look at it right now, it's 46 SCVs to 48 drones.
It's also like almost 2K economy versus 1,300 when the mules are mining.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, but... Okay, we have roach drops on the plate for Hendralisk.
Oh, this is actually way cooler than a roach bust, guys, because Dragon's going to have all of his defenses at the front, and Hendralisk is going to float right into the production. And everyone knows this is like the Terran's weak spot, the Achilles heel. If you get on top of the production, you will cripple a Terran player.
Yes, you certainly will. And if you actually have a look at Dragon's vision, he is playing completely blind. He has not seen anything that the Zerg's doing at all. So this has a very high chance of working for Hendralisk, just surely because he hasn't looked at anything that's going on the map.
Yeah, Dragon, he's going for that. It's going to be really awkward to say, but this third command center, while it's not going to gain him any economical advantage, it will gain him the scouting bonus of knowing, hey, my opponent's got a lot of roaches and overlords sitting outside of my base. Why would they be there?
Yeah. And this bunker's actually going to be the first to scout all these roaches heading across the map. What is Dragon's response going to be? He's got a couple of widow mines in production, but still only a handful of units out on the
Zeph,
field
he just salvaged it home! He has no bunkers. He's desperately trying to get something up, but of course, luckily for him, Hendralisk is not going through the front. He's making it look like he's coming through the front, but that's not going to be the case. You and I know this, as the overlords are sitting here waiting for that upgrade to finish.
This is so bad. Really nice timing for Hendralisk, though. He's picked a very, very good response indeed.
Dragon.
And oh no, all this
he's not going to see this coming. This is going to catch him so off guard.
Alright.
Oh, maybe the Marines.
Seen it now.
He may have seen it, but is it going to be enough? The Marines, everything's piling into the bunker. He's still convinced it's coming at the front. And Hendralisk is just going to say a big surprise as he unloads into the main here. Marines now struggling to come back home, but Hendralisk, he's got so many damn roaches, the SCVs are forced to be pulled already with good cause. Both SCVs from both sides of the middle line, natural and the main. Oh, but they are getting caught here at the ramp. Hendralisk, though, has just got a little bit too much. And
perfect position for Hendralisk too. He's got a concave at the top of the ramp. You just can't come up here. Nice widow mine hits, but it actually takes out all the SCVs.
Yeah, it does more damage to Dragon than it does to Hendralisk. Now, Hendralisk, he doesn't have a whole lot. Maybe Dragon can clean this up, but you gotta keep in mind, guys, the workers killed right now is 43 SCVs dead. Massing SCVs, that early third command center, it just did not work out for Dragon. Salvaging a bunker because he's got no economy, he needs to build more units, and he just can't.
A very smooth 1-0 looks to be for Hendralisk.
I don't know, Zeph, don't call games early.
Well, you know, I don't like to, but this is
This is a massacre is what this is, yes.
Yeah, so I think in the next game, Dragon will certainly play a lot more carefully. I admire that he's holding on there with his 3 Marauders.
Yeah, the creep is everywhere too. It's really sad he can't make more tech labs, he can't make more reactors, but it doesn't even matter. GG is thrown down, and Hendralisk will take the first game in this best of 7.
Yeah. Wow. Very nice there from Hendralisk.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna adjust the scoreboard before we hop out of the scene. So guys, stick with